Hey profit takers, it's Victoria here and we are back with another video, and today we're going to talk about the 3-day trade. Now this signal on the profit takers dashboard is going to present as a 2 low of week or 2 high of week, and that's 3 days from the peak. So we're going to get to these charts and you're going to see exactly what it is I'm talking about. And last week we got on Friday there was about 843 pips, right? So did you get some? Did you get some of these pips, guys, from these amazing easy trades? All right. So right now we're just going to look at the 2 low weeks, also known as 2 peak formation low, right? That's a Steve Murrow thing. Now, one of the things you're going to need here, and all these indicators are available to everyone that supports is a supporter of the locals or is a subscriber to the PTAD, the Profit Takers Dash, right? If you have that, you have access to all these indicators with the exception of the market reversal alert. Those are the order blocks that are on here, which I'm looking to get something created for our group so that it could be free for you. Okay. All right, so definitely need the daily high and low, which is also known as the blue tracer, the day open price. Day open price and close, the previous day close price are pretty close. So either one of those would work. I've always used the day open price and it works just fine. And then of course the quarter points, orange and the purple lines, those are the quarter indicators also available. I think those are ideal. We don't want to have too many things on our charts here. We do have the work time here, and that gives me the sessions. And that's a Murrow thing, and it gives you the sessions. So now when I get to the chart, I'm looking for the pairs, and like I said, it's 3 days, okay? But it's going to present as a 2 low of week. We're going to count Wednesday as day 1, Thursday as day 2, Friday is day 3. Okay. Now, this was actually a pretty good trade for the early birds. So if you just look here real quickly, you can see that day 1 was a breakout fail. And if you were in the earlier sessions, Asia or London, you had an opportunity to take the low of day and the previous day trade. This amazing level right here, and you always want to take trades off of these levels, whether it's a previous week, previous day, previous month, current day, current session, right? High of low. That's what you want. You want to take them off the levels. You don't want to take stuff that's just inside of the range, because those are not really any good trades. Okay. All right, so if I was coming here the day before, chances are I was going, before any of this happened, I would be looking at the most recent high, which at the end of the day is here, and then that's the low. It probably could also be right here. That's the most recent high, and then that's the low, if you want to try and scale it in a little bit. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? Now, the other opportunity obviously was this high and then the low, all right? Because it's yesterday's low, and that's an area we're focusing on to make sure we have that. And it still gives you a good opportunity to get in right there, okay? And that's pretty much it, right? And it works because it's taking the trade right above the day open price, and that's what we want to do. And that's right at the break of structure, and it's just beautiful. Okay. So then Friday comes along, and we've had 3 days. It's the 3rd day now, and we're looking at the price, and we're looking for when we can get in. So I'm going to do the same thing with the previous day high, and then the low, which is the day open price. And this will be the area where I'll be looking to get in. Okay, so what happens if it fails? So we're looking pretty much for prices to Let me take off the fib. So we're looking for, of course, we have the low, so we already have the major support for the day. And we have our push pattern. You can see 3 pushes up, and then you see the 3 pushes down, and it created another low here. And so this is just too clean. This is just too clean of a pattern for the continuation, right? So, you know, all you're looking for now is to make sure that price isn't coming back down here, which it's not, and then it's coming back here to retest, because it's always going to do that, right? It's going to retest these major zones. You know, this was another major zone here, this yellow orange line, and then of course the support area here, this block here, it retested that, and then you're in. So let's see what timing. What is the timing? So 1600 on here, that is 9 o'clock, and then 9:30, that's the market open for New York, and that's when you want to be in anyway, right? Now here's the other opportunity for the rest of the world who's trading in New York. So we would want to wait. Of course, we had the test of this particular area, and now the entry is at yesterday's high. So we know the yesterday's high entry is golden. We know we've broken structure, and we're headed to trend on long continuation there as well. So if you got to the chart a little bit early, you could have got in a little early, but you know, there was news on Friday. Last week was heavy with news. So we want to stick with the levels, okay? And then we have the time, which was 9:30. Sometimes it does move at 9, but you want to be available either way for the session. And usually New York is between 8 and 11, sometimes 12. And I've also noticed it's gone even longer than that, you know. But when it's news, you want to just wait till the news is completed, and then you get in, right? So we've talked about how we saw we had the support from the open price. We had price retesting this level. And then we had an opportunity to take this one again right above yesterday's high. Okay, so those were the opportunities to get into this market all day long on Friday. And we see that we had a nice continuation trade. All right, so we're going to look at another one. We had Euro and CD. Now for me, of course, you know, like I said, 1900 or 1600 is my time, right? And the entry, if you can see here, again, we're looking at yesterday, previous day, and you can see that we had this high in place. So we definitely are not, if it does retest it, great. If not, it's even better. We had price come and hit the level, the open price of the day right here. So this was obviously a entry. And then of course your second entry was with yesterday's low, because the idea of price continuing to break down is breaking the previous day's low, all right, for the continuation. Okay, not bad. But for New York, it's not really a trade that I was looking at, but if you had gotten in early, you would have been able to take advantage of that better entry. Now we can't, you know, of course price is going to do whatever it wants to do. We don't know if it's going to gap, we don't know if it's going to stall, but we just know that we have this setup, we have this day 3 template, and what we're looking for, it might show up, it might not. But the beautiful thing about, if it doesn't show up, then at least we had an idea of what we're going to do, right? And if it doesn't do it, so if price comes, like for example, if price came back up to this level, right? We see we had the high on Tuesday. It didn't quite get up there on Thursday, but then it took it out on Friday. Let's say on Friday, instead of taking it out, it decided to get resistance, right? And we were thinking it was going to get out. All we have to do is just change our mind. It's like, okay, price decided to not, you know, break that level. right? So it's no one's fault. It's price's fault, but you know how to respond to that. You know what I'm saying? You know how to respond if price breaks through this area and then immediately starts breaking down, then we know that we're going in a different direction and we need to, you know, just chill. However, this actually went pretty good. I was in this trade. All right. So I'm looking at getting in this market. How am I going to get in this market? I'm definitely looking at where price, the day open price here. So if you were in the charts early, you had that opportunity. So we're going to take this high. Oops, got the wrong, clicked on the wrong thing there. All right, I took from that high to the open price low. And then this is where I'm going to identify my entry right there. And that was pretty cool because it worked out for end of London, beginning of New York. Okay. So the next one, this one is pound Aussie, another one of my favorite ones. And we can see here day 3, okay, 1, 2, 3, is not presenting a W. I mean, M pattern is presenting a W, right? So we already had the low. When I see that peak low there, I'm just going to go ahead and grab that and pull that over, because now I'm thinking if price does drop, it could possibly drop at any one of these levels. So if it comes to this level, and of course it's always going to pull back, it always does that, because this is usually your break in structure, and then it pulls back, and then it does the break of structure, which will then bring it down to this area here. And this is the area I'm always watching for. Am I going to be able to take my entry from this low down here, which is a major level? Okay. So what happened was price came down, and we can already see this is the W printing. So price came down, pinned to the low. That's enough for me. Okay. That's totally enough for me to see that we are no longer going to be going low. Let's see if we take, this is going to work for the low. So that is the high right there, and this is our low. Actually, let me, start that again. It works perfectly, actually. I'm going from this high right there and to the low right here, and look at that, guys. It's just before the market opened. So I'm not sitting here, you know, oh my God, I'm gonna miss something. You know, you got time. Okay, you have time to come here and put in, okay, there's our high. Okay, gave us a low. Now let's see where we're gonna be able to get in. Okay, it's not like it was a beautiful trade, right? But you know, it still did what it needed to do if you were going to take this trade. And I would have only taken, if my entry is right here above the open, guess where I'm taking my profits? I'm taking my profits right at the high, yesterday's high level. That's it. That's 50 pips. It's freaking amazing, y'all. Okay, let's go to another one. GU. All right. This one, I don't even really have to put any fibs on here, anything like that. I can see clearly, right? I can see clearly how price is, had formed a low right here. Our entry is above the open price. Our next best entry is above yesterday's high, right? When that is so close like that, I don't know that I need anything else, right? I just don't know. Can barely see it. It's just like right at that level, the level that we were talking about. All right, and that's how easy it is for these trades that take 3 days to set up. Okay. I was in this trade a little bit earlier than 9 o'clock because when I was looking at this trade, it had already crossed over and I was already in for this big push. Okay. NZD CAD. Now here's one. I believe. No. I'm getting confused with something else. I believe, but nonetheless, same thing. We have a very minuscule W pattern that printed down here. And if you were able to get into this trade early in the session, if that was your trading time, you're already in. You're already in this trade because it's already above yesterday's low in the open price. Let's see. Yep. So if I was moving up to open price from yesterday's high, that's the entry. If you scaled it down a little bit, because they're so close to one another, I'll just use the second level. That works for me. And that is the entry. All right. Now, why did it move again? Why do we have such a big bar there? That's a news candle. Obviously, we had news at 8:30. That's 15:30 here. So 8:30 we had news. And yeah. I wasn't in this trade. I was in the other one, GU and EU. All right. Okay. Do we have another one? NZD USD. All right. Again, wow, this is awesome. You can see on day 3, if you want to just see this W that printed up and how price came right above the open, and your entry, depending on when your session is, could have been right above open price, and then again on yesterday's high. Okay, you can barely see the 50, but it's like right there on when you're getting in. Okay, how about that, guys? We have one more, the dollar CAD. I took this trade as well, and too easy. We had price give us two hits to the high right here, right at the quarter 75 level. Entry was above, right here, yesterday's low, right under the yesterday's low. And this one, let's see, when was the timing? Because I know I was in here pretty early, 8:30. Yep. I took these trades with these news candles right after the news printed. That's when mine executed. All right, so that's it. You see the pattern, a visible pattern. You see previous day's low. That's where you're going to enter. And sometimes it offers you the target for these areas to take profit. And this one particular had a previous month level target down here that I had marked, and that's where I took my profits. All right, guys, that is it. Oh my gosh. So if you do not have this indicator, guys, you want to get your hands on it right now. It's 20% off. Invest in yourself today. Start utilizing this tool to help you to find the trades that are going to be easy for you to take. These 3-day trades, which are also known as 2 low of week through 2 high of week, are at your fingertips for you to scale. Okay, so that is all I have for you today. I hope you have a great trading week. Grab the indicator. Everything is in the description, and we will see you in the next video.